Retainer. Why did you...
Ganyu is, of course, Guizhong. Long ago, Sea Gazer would always bring...
I don't remember...
He was an old... Once he had brought out the treasure. It would predict it as Adepta. His treasure...
Cloud Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
What kind of...
No kind of... She always thought it also helped that she never referred to...
You... Come on!
Anyway, who would dare snub the Stove God and his one... Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you precisely? Even one could never... Each of those we would drink to Streetwood
Streetward Rambler?
That would be Ping. You
Oh, okay. Or... are you saying...
Alas, long has one avoided this place for one should have guessed that you would disrupt one's point... No matter. In times gone by, one quarreled oft with Guizhong concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Guizhong's Obscuro Vulpus mechanism was superior. Though one was too proud to acknowledge it, in one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the superior talent in the mechanical arts. As for the story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul, an emotional enterprise that could never hope to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly, until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili Plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle. When Streetwood Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among the ruins was her lifeless body. After this, at Streetwood Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many lantern rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's... everything. We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
One has always been austere and private by nature, and has never relished socializing. One's dealings with Guizhong were born out of discussion.
What? You have
Just because one is not ignorant of social grace, but in the end, one is nothing like Streetwood Rambler. She is, back when they were rivals, that cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's proudest works.
Wait, that's weird. And she also said something about being of...
Streetwood Rambler. That bell has a sad history. As for her old friend, as soon as Streetwood Rambler heard that a certain Zhong Li, after all, we all have...
Whoa! So they were talking and...
Enough of your... The cleansing bell is powered by a but Streetwood Rambler did not acquire... The two once clashed over their... Once upon a time, Streetwood Rambler... Music would go from mournful to... Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to our satisfaction. In celebration, she played, which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating.
But if she was so happy with—
One was also greatly perplexed by this. In response, though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it is gone. Tell me, Cloud Retainer, when the one attuned to my soul is no longer here, who else could hope to understand this tune?
Aw, poor Madam Ping.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon, although I met Guizhong a few times.
Guizhong was quite the visionary. Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, as of now, you know the truth. That the Adeptus— Do you intend to discuss this with her?
Do you mean Ping?
Precisely. The passing of—
If I may be so bold,
Oh?
I've been in Liyue Harbor for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed, but this doesn't bring the city or someone as perceptive and wise as Ping. Though these immortal mountains have lost an adept, no loss can ever be undone. Ping has helped countless people, and will guide many up, though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit.
We even asked Madam Ping what she thought about adding a music. When we get back,
Why don't you come with us? It's been a long time since you last spoke with Ping.
Is not every lantern rite the same in this regard? Were there ever any—
I disagree. Each new day and each new—
The edibles— Very well, then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
All right. We should be getting back to the harbor. Say,
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment prior. You are—
what? Cloud—
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you.
whoa, Madam
It appears you made haste—
Oh,
Miss Illuminated Bird.
Said what?
Cuz you're the—
Street word.
Cloud.
One, given that lantern rite is—
So, this all started Cloud Retainer informed us.
Let me think. What a long time ago that was. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this story has survived this. It appears that she has proven herself right once again.
Who's—
We like to call her Guizhong. From the look in Cloud
albeit reluctantly, one—
After all, lantern rites vary, although Guizhong did not live to see the splendid sights of today.
so
Once upon a time, she said to me, but as she interacted more and more, she marveled at the beautiful complexity of their spirits. She told us that with the smallest amount of guidance, and a human who has reached their full—
She always had a way with words. That her mechanical accomplishments were judged superior.
Speaking of mechanics, Cloud Retainer, do you still
Of course. Guizhong and one both put an immense amount of effort into that gift.
As Guizhong once said, it takes when I see the sight of Liyue Harbor.
Madam Ping looks very emotional right now.
Of all of us, it was— If she were still with us, I'm quite sure she would still be trying to
Liyue Harbor is always filled with the sound of music at this time.
Oh yeah, we've been
I can make arrangements right away.
Oh, it's been a long time since I played, and whenever I play that too, there was a period of time whenever I started strumming. It almost felt like she was, no matter how much time goes by.
So the past still weighs heavily?
Oh, I would be lying to, but that is not to say that grief doesn't get easier. Despite the sadness, I have found. Just look at this potted plant. Isn't it stunning?
It takes an honest and open mind to
Be that as it may, I shall leave the lantern rite stage to the youth of today.
Well, if you're sure.
Granny! Whoa, what's everyone doing here? Did something bad happen?
Ah, and now we've spooked.
Oh, that's what. Well, in that case,
Happy Lantern. I will leave Mr. Devore.
huh?
It seems gone used.
What a pity. She has learned
Since it's been so long, Cloud Retainer,
gladly.
when you next see the.
You got it, madam.
Thank you all. As for that.
Wow.
When that time comes, wherever her spirit may be,
All right, let's go tell Mr. Dvorak the news. Mr. Dvorak! Ah, and Kuchin's here.
Welcome back.
Really, really well. We found the person Mr. Dvorak was.
I see. That certainly explains why it was such.
That's a really.
I have to say, though, it's hard.
Oh, Paimon knows exactly. But Street.
Madam Ping possesses vast knowledge and great wisdom.
Yep, Kuchin's son.
I think that can wait until after the concert, though.
Ah, speaking of, Madam Paimon has a.
Wait, are you. Oh no. Okay. Nope. Another rehearsal is in order. Please excuse me, everyone.
Mr. Dvorak? He's already gone. Before we set up.
Please, share your insights with me.
And music is like a kind of
It's.
Wait, does that?
Mm-hmm. As long as everyone enjoys the festival, happy Lantern Rite to you as well.
Paimon feels like shoot! Latent Zhang-Li said he wasn't anyway. Ugh.
Lantern Rite brings the New Year's awareness.
Da-da-da.
All right, let's take a break here.
Oh wow, look who it is! Are you here to hang out with...
So you're just casually practicing your rapping skills at the entrance to your funeral?
After we have all this open space.
Invisible...
Gotta say, it took... Xinyan was pretty spooked too, and... Come on, knock it... What's wrong? They're what? With my words, Xinyan will take the stage by storm with flame...
For sure! The whole damn...
Oh, don't you worry about that.
Huh. Guess we'll just have...
Oh, Zhongli. He took one of those...
It's a real pity.
Yeah, that's right. To tell the truth.
I can speak to that.
And jumps.
Actually, Xinyan...
Oh, sure thing. Oh, when you see... You should join it.
Paimon sees them! It's illuminated deer! And
A familiar.
everything's great! But you know, if you...
In fact, Mooncarver has been taking many walks on Mount Tianheng in recent time.
Zhongli! Here you are!
Impeccable timing. Traditionally, bamboo shoot soup ought to be slow-cooked for...
Wait, that...
Indeed. Cloud Retainer kindly lent...
Can we not just call it a cooking machine? She seems to take a lot of pride in her mechanical gizmos.
I trust that you found the answers you were seeking during your Excellent. The past should be remembered, but not overly dwelt upon. Our journey should be when the bamboo shoot soup is ready.
Oh, Zhongli! She said it's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight. When she says performance, she must... As for the banquet, she didn't...
As you can see, I have a prior engagement with As for the banquet, since the director insists, far be it from a mere consultant like myself to refuse.
Yay! Then we'll...
Absolutely.
Rex Lapis, the bamboo.
Thank you. The appearance is exquisite. And the aroma. Since you came all this way, you should not leave empty-handed. Please, take some soup.